Hey there, my name's Drew Brashler, and I want to help you feel confident with your production gear no matter where you're starting from. Today, we're going to be talking about the Behringer X32 and how to name channels, and this is video 105 of the series. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I have my Behringer X32 here, and this is a completely clean slate. So I need to lay out my console so that I can find all my channels very easily. And I do that by naming the channels and coloring them. Also, I want to lay out my console in the way that gets the most things that I'm going to be adjusting all the time right at my fingertips. So on the Behringer X32, since I only have 16 faders, I end up burying my drum channels into my 17 through 32. So let's go ahead and lay those out first. So to name something, we want to go ahead and select the channel just by pressing select right here. And then we need to move up to the window up here with the LCD. And you want to press setup. Once you press setup, we're going to tab over to the name icon. So we use the page select button here. So we're going to go over to name and icon. So once we're here, we have the ability of changing the color, icon, and even naming. So by changing the color, we just simply rotate this knob and we can select all the different colors. So red, green, yellow, blue, magenta, cyan, and white. But we also have the ability of inverting our channel. So we can see right here with channel 17, if I press the invert, it actually inverts the color. And so now I can see all my colors again. And so I can use this for my benefit by having some channels colored and some channels inverted. So if I have right here, these are the same color, obviously, but one is inverted and one's not. So I might be able to see the inverted a little bit easier than I would the non-inverted. So if you were looking for a way to make one channel stand out so you always reach for the right fader, inverting is a great option. So with my drums, I'm going to go ahead and color them blue. Now, one thing that I can do is I can either use this rotary knob right here to select between my channels, or I can simply select different channels and it will select any of them, including DCAs or buses. So we can use this to go through the console and set up the console the way that we want to. So we're going to start with channel 17, and I'm going to make this blue, and this is going to be my kick drum. So we have all of these icons right here, and one thing that we can do is we can actually just go and select them. And as we're selecting them, you'll notice that the name here will also change. So if I go to my snare drum icon, it will pull up the snare. Also, if we rotate this through the different options, it'll also go through the different icons that we have. If we were wanting to just name this without going through the icon or the name, we have two options. We can either press the edit button, which will bring up this window, or we can press the utility button, and that will bring up the same window. Once we're in here, we can just simply move our characters by this rotary knob. So to find kick, we go down to kick. So we can notice that as I'm typing this in, it's giving us an auto population up here. And we can use this suggest knob over here to go select kick. So simply rotate this, find the thing that we want, and press select. Once we have that done, we can press close. And so now we can see down here that this is labeled kick. Now if we wanted to, we can go ahead and put an icon here. And we can invert or not invert, depending on how you want to lay out your console. So the next thing is going to be kick in. So you notice that we have this caps lock option. So we have caps, caps lock, or lowercase. And then if we rotate through this, we have different symbols that we can select as well. Once we have kick in set, we can press close. And so now we have our kick and kick in over here. Next would be snare. So we can go ahead and go right here, boom, select snare, and we can then move on to our next channel. But I'm going to put snare bottom, so I'm going to add a couple extra letters here. So snare. Perfect. Then we want to select blue and the label. So you can see that this is a really time-consuming part. So we can either edit this inside of the X32 edit that you can download via Behringer's website and do it on a computer, Mac, that sort of thing, or you can just do all of this beforehand and make yourself a show file that you use every single time. So this is the time-consuming part of the console of setting up your entire console from start to finish, but it is important. So say we wanted to go ahead and label our DCAs, we would be doing the same thing. So we would go select our DCA, and right here we have the ability of labeling it whatever we want, putting whatever color we want, and then we can move on to any of the other things of the console that we want to name. So that's the end of this video. The next video that we're going to have is video 106, which is going to be talking about the preamp section of the board and what every single option of that does. So stay tuned.